All right, welcome to part 2. So our question is, what fraction of kids have a rat or a bird as a pet? So before I give you the answer, I want you to make sure that you've answered it to the best of your ability. And then when you've done so, continue this video, right? So don't start this video unless you've finished it, right? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and explain one method of doing this. And there are so many, that's a great thing about math. There's so many different ways for you to figure this out. And so that's why I encourage you to use Khan Academy, listen to my lessons, and then somewhere along the line, you might find a strategy that I or the people at Khan Academy haven't figured out, right? And that's the whole point of math, is to get you to really think on your own. All right, so here we go. What fraction of kids have a rat or a bird as a pet? So I'm going to circle the rats in red. So what fraction of kids have a rat as a pet? So I have a number line that goes from 0 to 1. And if 2, I'm going to count 1 and 2. And so I have 2/12 are rats. So I'm going to write this is 2/12 are rats. Okay, and that's the same as 1/12 plus 1/12, because each of these units are twelfths, because I divided them into 12 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12. Excuse me, sorry. Now, so we have our rats, and then now we're going to look at birds. Well, I'm going to circle the birds in green. I want you to answer this. How many of these squares am I going to color in if 1/12 of those pets are birds? If you said 1, you'd be correct. So I'm going to put that green here. 1/12. Right? But our question is asking us, what fraction of kids have a rat or a bird? So what am I going to do with both of these numbers? What am I going to do? If I'm adding them together, what am I going to be doing? I want you to think, what are you going to do? So pause the video, and then when you're done, unpause. All right, I'm assuming you know, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to count these pieces. There's 1, 2, 3. What would my fraction be? In other words, what is my numerator and what is my denominator? I'm going to say this ad nauseum. The denominator, as long as our denominators are the same, and are our denominators the same? They are. So our denominator, does it change? No, it doesn't. So we're going to put a 12 here on the bottom. And then we're going to count those pieces here. Because they're cut evenly, we can just count the pieces. We got 1, 2. Remember, these are the rats. We have 1/12 of birds. So that's 1, 2, 3. So we got a total of 3/12. There's another way to solve this. Right? This is one method. The other way to solve this, there's another method to solve this. The other method is standard algorithm, which all we're going to be doing is we're going to count the total 12ths of rats here, which we have 2/12 are rats. And we're going to add that. What fraction are birds? Well, have a look. Yeah, we got 1/12. So the key thing for you to understand is, if the denominators are the same, what is my denominator going to be? If you said 12, you'd be correct. So we're going to put a 12 here. Now, what am I going to do with the numerators? Well, the denominators are the same. You just add the numerators. 2 plus 1 is 3. So we're going to put that there. Did I come up with the same answer here? 3/12. Is that the same as my number line answer? Yeah, 2 different methods. So whether you want to draw or whether you want to use a standard algorithm, it's all up to you. So before we get started on the examples, I'm going to give you one problem, and it's a conundrum I have. Conundrum is a fancy way of saying I kind of have a problem, because I When I first did math, I added these two numbers together. Let's say we had 2/12 and 1/12. And when I added these together, I just thought, I'm so good at math, I'm just going to add these numbers. And I got 3/24. Now, I made a mistake. Can you tell what mistake I made? So we're going to look at this again. We got 2/12 plus 1/12, which is what we wrote here. And I came up with 3/24. I know I made a mistake, but what did I do wrong? So pause this video. I want you to think, what did I do wrong? And use academic language to explain your answer. Remember, we've got numerators, which is a fancy way of saying the top number. We got denominator, which is a fancy way of saying the bottom number. So when I got the sum, or I added both those numbers and I got the sum, I got 3/24. What did I do? Did you figure it out? All right. So it looks like here, did we add our denominators before? No. Now here's a question. Why did I not add the denominators? Now, that's a tough question. Why do we not add the denominators? Well, when we're counting these pieces, are we counting the denominators or are we counting the numerators? We're counting the total number of pieces, right? The way those are divided has not changed, right? So think of it when you're buying when you're buying a dozen eggs, right? So eggs come in a dozen, 12 of 12, right? So if you have 1/12, if you have a carton that has just 2 eggs and you have another carton that has 1 egg, how many total eggs do you have? You still have 3, but are they divided the same? Or does each carton have 12? The answer is yes, they do. All right, so what did I do here? Did I add my denominators? Yeah, should I be adding my denominators? And the thing is, we don't add those denominators because the way these are split has not changed. We're just adding the pieces. Or in this case, think about a dozen eggs, right? You buy a dozen eggs. Those eggs are always in the same package of 12, okay? I'm going to end here because there's another video. This is a long lesson. All right.